Hi everyone, let's paint together today these beautiful 20 centimeters mandala grapes. As always, all materials in description box below this video, and let's start it. So as usual, I will use some colors. I want to use like greenish, this a little bit yellow greenish, and this really nice beautiful color. We'll do some custom colors with this and white one. And also I will add a little bit true red color, but use what you do have. And 3 drops I will use red ones. They're kind of darker, but I like this contrast. And also you can, if you don't have red one, you can add red paint into the white 3 drops. But at the beginning, we are, as usual, looking for the center of mandala to start our marks. I'm linking video if you need help with this. And when we started this, let's make first line and 1 centimeters marks for our circles. I will do after that. And I want to create 10 flowers. So in this case, I need lines every 36 degrees. So I'm dividing 360 to 10, so 33 degrees. Take your time and do your marks. And as you see, in this case, we are getting lines, but they're not too often. So I believe to make it a little bit handier, especially for the beginning, I will do marks and lines also in the middle. So at the end, we are getting lines every 18 degrees, like that. And in this case, our marks way too often, but it's easier to paint in this case. And as I said, making circles every 1 centimeter. Like that. And when everything ready, let's start it. I'm starting with our red 3D drops. You can actually use just red paint. I'm doing this almost 1 centimeter diameter. And as you see, with our Citron green, I'm doing small dots every second spot inside our first circle line, as you can see on the video. So not too often. I will give it time to dry out and will add additional details later on, so we are not messing up with such small dots. Like that. Really bright color, citron green. After that, I'm doing next dots with our second custom color, again inside of this second circle line, but as you see, not too close to the first one, and every second spot, and I'm choosing spots between previous ones. You can see this in a video, and removing any bubbles of air you can get in your paint, like that. And we are adding enough paint so these drops will really pop out from the surface at the end when everything dried out and ready, like that. Moving forward, next move I want to do with our, this will be our sour apple color, middle size, between middle and small size brush. And as you see, I'm doing just small strokes, not too small, just maybe middle one. And I'm doing this again between, not touching my drops. And the length, it's like 2 centimeters, as you see everything inside of these marks, again between strokes. So I'm creating this way our first leaves for our grapes, like that. Just don't remove pressure like that when you are close to the second line. If we are counting from the center, it's fourth line. And slowly moving, getting enough paint on a brush so your strokes will be really rich, like you see on the video. Don't worry, we will fill all gaps later on. Next move I want to do with a smaller brush, as much as you can find, and this will be our custom color number 4, but you can do this with just new leaf color. You see, I'm making small brushes. I'm starting in the middle like that, and small strokes we are going down to the base of the strokes like that. It's really small one. They're not touching each other, as you see, leaving some space like that. As I said, this is our custom color number 4. And after that, I'm coming back to our really nice Citron green. And with the same brush, I'm making more strokes, adding 2 small. And obviously, in this case, we are going down to the next circle line, as you see on the video, like that. This citron green really adds freshness. Technically, it's green with yellow color, so you actually can prepare this yourself. Just saying. Don't stop yourself if you don't have exactly this color. You can create it. And next one, again with the same or small brush, I'm using again our custom color number 4, or you can use new leaf, as I said, but this will be a little bit darker. And again, I'm going down towards the next line, as you see on the video. This one's a little bit bigger. But don't worry, create your art. Do it like you feel it. Don't forget to enjoy your art. So next step, we are preparing base for our really nice grapes. So as you see, I will do this on a third line from angle, and this and between our leaves, like that. And this is our custom color number 3. And what I want to say, do this with the color that you got. You can use obviously every material in description, but if you don't have exactly this color, just use red one. I'm just saying, I'm giving you example how did I prepare it, but if you can't find color, exactly this one, find something yourself, what you enjoy, and create your own piece of art. This is why I'm doing this video. I want to encourage you to create your art. And our dots are ready. Let's play around those. So I will use our custom color number 1. I'm creating big 1 dots, not touching, as you see. And with smaller 2, I'm just walking around like that. This is our custom color number 1. And slowly, don't rush yourself. Careful. Walk around, remove bubbles, if you see once, and walk around your dots and around your mandala. If you worry to mess up a little bit, wait until your strokes or your dots dry out, and after that you can start with next move, with next pattern. So give it time. It's not acrylic paint drain out pretty quickly, so you just kind of give it a time, 20-30 minutes, and you can move forward. And after that I want to play more with dots around, so I will use our custom color number 2, and I'm leaving a little bit space, as you see, and adding 3 dots. So I'm still playing inside of this last circle line, but if it's definitely about your dimensions, so you can play on the top of this line if you see that you're not getting enough space. Or actually, one more trick, you can first of all do 2 drops and on the top 1, so making this the opposite that I'm creating now. So this way you can kind of fill space. As you see, now I'm getting a little bit on the top of a line because I see that it's not enough space. But again, as I said, play with your own mandala, how it feels for you. Like that. This custom color number 2. And after that, with smaller tool, again, I'm playing around with the same color, number 2. Like that. The base will be covered with our strokes, so I'm not worried about that. I'm doing the top dots like really nice, like that. Really like it. This color combination just amazing. And wow, so beautiful. Look at this. Move forward. I will use our custom color number 3 and the same size that we did these top dots. You can use bigger or the same size, not smaller, please. So think about that when you are leaving some space. And as you see, my fitted perfectly over there. And again, you can place first of all these 2 from both sides and third one after that. I kind of feel it already, so I didn't make it, but you can use this trick in the future. If you don't know, not sure how to place all 3, you can start with 2 from both sides and third one on the top after that. And as I said at the beginning, this is our custom color number 3. It's a little bit mix of paint, but if you don't have exactly these colors, use what you got. It still will be really beautiful. I believe in this. Like that. And last ones. How juicy it is. Amazing. So now I want to play with strokes. So I'm using small middle-sized brush and our custom color number 1 and playing around like that. So we are starting near our last dot that we created and moving around, and really careful at the end, going between these green strokes, obviously not on the top, like that. If you don't have enough space between green one, just finish before green ones. And this way we are starting to combine our green middle part and our juicy red, little bit pinkish edge of mandala, like that. Beautiful. And coming back to our beautiful citron green, I'm starting a little bit lower as you see in the video, and I'm walking around, I'm moving my brush around, and of strokes going on the top of pink one, as you see on the video. Don't worry about that. Carefully removing pressure at the end from your brush and releasing brush and making strokes this way. Careful, as I said, if you're worried that you can mess up, wait until previous dots, strokes are tried out and do next move after that. And you see how this our palette changing now, just with adding this yellow greenish strokes with citron green. Really beautiful. And next one, I wanna still middle-sized brush, adding small brush strokes, and below. So I'm using custom color number 4, or you can use new leaf color. And as you see, I'm starting between lines and going down again, end of the stroke on the top. If you don't have enough space, because obviously you're creating your own art, just leave this without the strokes. I'm adding those because I've got space and I can play with color combination a little bit more. And like that, really nice. And we will add at the end some dots, so we will separate this green color from each other. And like that, we finished. Not all, obviously, not all. We will wait until it dry out, so I can place something on the top. But we can play with these spots over there. I will use a custom color number 4, or you can use new leaf color. And I'm doing like that, my strokes, and like fresh leaves, really nice. And you see, I'm going really around with the shape. And I like how this going towards our red one dots, and this giving like combining again our green and red, purple, pinkish colors. Really beautiful already. Let's add small citron green strokes kind of inside of these green ones, like that. Again, look at your dimensions, how this playing with you. Maybe you can choose only one of those if you're not getting enough space. Like that. And finish up with our really beautiful already. I want to add small dots over there, with our custom color number 1, just dot. And this, look how this amazingly adding details and like combining all together. Do you see just small detail? Just amazing. I like how colors works, just mystery for me. And last one, really beautiful. Now we can leave it to dry out, and now when everything dry out, I will play a little bit over there in the center. So what I'm gonna do, I wanna add small, really small dots between our green ones, as you see on the video, and custom color number 1 for this one, really light. It's more like pinkish color. Everything dry out, so we are not messing, and really give it us a little bit freedom to place these small dots. A really small brush for next move, and our color sour apple. I'm making, as you see, how small leaves. Again, because everything dry out, I can play with this. You can actually move not with the brush but with the tool. You see, it's not ideal, but I kind of like it. How cute it is. And actually, like in nature, it's not ideal, but it's so beautiful. Yeah, and just like I'm finishing like that. Really nice. And play more with small dots, because we got some space to do this. I'm adding our custom color number 3, small dots and these spots, like that. And next one, I want to add some small strokes with small really brush, just between custom color number 1. You can see I'm playing with these spots, like that. Small brush or just tool, like that. And small details with our with our citron green, small dots around, like that. We almost finished. If you like such video, you can press like button, subscribe to my channel to enjoy this painting together. And the next, small dots with our custom color number 2, like that. If you got the spots, you can add small details like that. We're coming back to 3D drops. I'm using red ones. I'm placing this on the bottom of this big dot, and with needle or just thin tool, making like tails towards the center. I like this, that it's a lot of black color still on the base of this flower. It's giving like a deepness. And let's add small details. You can use first or second custom color. Add small dots over there, and this will give, again, separate green from green and giving small details that making our painting just more interesting, like that. And we finished. Let it dry out, add small details over there or somewhere else if you really like use your imagination, what you want to highlight. And as you see, you can remove when everything dry out easily. So hope you enjoy this painting, hope you enjoy this video. See you next one and enjoy.